Hello again. Today, with this tutorial, I'm going to take you through lifestyle decisions. This should be the fun part because this is where you're going to decide on the house or apartment that you want to live in, what you want to drive around in, and stuff that you're going to buy with your credit card. I'll take you through those three things in this tutorial. First comes the crib. So you have to decide whether you want to rent or to buy. Once you've made that decision, you just want to write that figure, or not, sorry, not that figure, you just want to write your decision right here, like so. The two links that are offered here will take you to the different places. Once you've made the decision to rent or buy, I'll show you both. Let's say you make the decision to rent. You would go here. This is a national rentals site. So once you're here, what you have to decide is your location. Denver, Colorado sounds good to me because based on my earlier decisions, that was my location. And it will give you different things that are available. Once you're here, you can start to filter through different ways. So it has sort by best match right here. If you change all these figures, though, you'll get a lot of different options. So you'll make these decisions based on your family size from earlier, from your life decisions that you made already. So based on that, let's say I want a 2-bedroom place. Let's say I want 2 bathrooms. And let's say price range, I want to see only places that are, let's say, between $700 and $900. And what you'll see now is the different options that criteria meets. Once you've made those decisions, this is all the rental stuff. You just have to click on one that you might want to see more of. This is in Windsor, that's too far, so I'll choose this one in Glendale. Gives me a little overview. Oh wow, this place looks amazing. Once you've made the decision that this is the place for you, here's what you do next. So after I've decided on this location, I just took the figure that I saw here. I took the low one, and I'll let you guys do that as well because it will make it so your monthly budget is easier to figure. So I took the $865. I plugged that into my rent payment for the crib. And then down here, it says pick of the digs. I got my rental location right here. I linked it. Now, one thing to remember is when you're copying and pasting in Google, you have to use the Control V button to copy and paste, or to paste. You can hit the, never mind. However, that's not the only option for the crib. So I just showed you what you do if you want to rent, but now let me show you what you do if you want to buy. You go to this link right here. This will take you to a national realtor website. And from here, you want to just search for places within a city. So again, I'll choose Denver. Okay, so for this one, it'll give me a quick rundown of different places. And again, I can use all these filters up here. So let's just choose a price here. I know I'm a teacher, so based on that, I'm probably going to try and look for a house that's, ballpark around $250,000 or less. So let's go 250 to 400. And it'll give me different places, and the farther I go down, the cheaper the place gets. Choose one that's your heart's desire. This one looks like it might be a unique place. I can look at more pictures. And this is it. This is my dream home. So now that I know that, all I need to take to the personal finance game is I need to remember this number right here. So based on that number that I just found, I'm going to go to the mortgage calculator, which I'm showing you right now. So I took the amount that the total house cost, which is $310,000. I went with a 30-year loan. This is what you guys should go for. Mortgage loans come in 15 or 30-year terms, and you can choose 15-year, but 30-year obviously spreads out the payments for over 15 more years and makes your monthly payment less. I'm going to let you use today's rates, and so I'm going to use the given rate of 4.5%, and then I'm going to calculate. And it says that I can plan on paying about $1,500 for my monthly mortgage payment, and then it breaks it down to how much interest I'm paying and how much I'm paying down the principal. So let me take this number back to the personal finance game of life. So this is my monthly mortgage payment, and I realize that I actually made a mistake, which by pointing it out, hopefully you don't make the same mistakes. I use the total cost of the house for the mortgage calculator, but what I've asked you to do here is to minus 20% of it. And the reason for that is because when you actually buy a house, it's pretty customary to actually have to pay 20% up front for it. So I should have taken that $310,000, seen what 20% of it was, divide or minus that number, and then figured out my mortgage number. But for the purposes of this tutorial, let's just say this is the number. And I did the same thing for Pick of the Digs. I just found the link to this page right here. I just copied and pasted this link. I took it back here, and that way I can kind of see what your place looks like. Next comes the sweet ride. So you can choose if you're going to take a new car or used, and then you'll have to find out how much it costs, and then you'll kind of do something similar with the mortgage calculator, only you'll use the auto loan calculator. So let's say I find a used car here. So the first thing I had to do is I had to plug in different things about the car I wanted. So this is the used car website. Let's say I'm looking for a used Toyota Tacoma. I'm going to search any price, and it has to be near Denver, Colorado. Okay, so now I have my options of Toyota Tacomas. Obviously, I don't want to break the bank on this, so I'm going to look for one that's not super expensive. Unfortunately, that doesn't look to be the case for any of these. They're all very expensive. But let's say, oh, I like gray, so maybe this is it for me. So now what I'm going to do is I would look through the pictures of make sure it's the right truck for me, and then this is the price that I know I'm going to have to pay for it. So I'm going to take this back to the auto loan calculator. Okay, so now I've input the price, the total price of the truck. Auto loan terms typically go from 3 to 4 to 5 years. I'm just going to leave it at 5 years for this one. I'm going to use today's interest rates. I'm going to calculate. And it's going to tell me that I can plan on paying my monthly payments of $485.12. This is the number I take back to the personal finance game of life. So now I got to figure out how much it's going to cost me to drive this around per month. So I'm going to go to this link right here. Okay, so what I did here was I plugged and chugged some different numbers, and these are going to vary for you. And you'll have to just guess on some of these because you won't know. But for the miles to your daily commute, I wrote 15 miles. That's about typical for me. I drive to work 20 days a week because there's 5 days a week and 4 weeks in a month. Miles per gallon, I looked at the car at the page where I was looking to buy it, and I found out that the average mile is 20 miles to the gallon. I will take the price of gas currently, which is around $2, so I put $2.10. I don't have to pay anything for monthly parking, and so it said the estimated amount that I would spend on gas each month to drive myself is about $31.50. This is the number I would take back to the personal finance game of life. Finally, just like what I did with my house, I would find the place where I chose my car. It looks like so, and this would be where I would take this link right here, and I would put it back into the game of life so that I can check out what your car looks like. Now we only have one category left, the awesome gear you're going to buy with your credit card. For your awesome gear, I ask that you buy at least 3 things. You can look at it as things that would furnish your place that you live in. So think of things like a big screen TV, a computer, cool furniture. I just want you to see how to use a credit card. So for the shopping, I'm going to let you go shop at Amazon. So when I was searching for laptop computers, I just put it into the search bar up here. I hit the search button, and these are different options it has right now. I would shop for a bit until I found one that I liked, and then I would take the price that you can see right here, and then you would add this to the game of life. I would do this for at least 2 more items, but honestly, you should probably do at least more than 3 because you're going to want more than 3 things to furnish your place. Don't go crazy. I don't want this to be a super time-consuming step, but think about things you'll need when you're living on your own or with a family. So now I'm at the credit card calculator. What you write here is you add up all the different things that you bought. So for me, I'm going to put 187 because for my example, I've only bought a laptop so far. For the credit card interest rate, I'll take an average one from over here. So I'll take that 17.98. Enter amount per month or desired months until debt free. Let's use the second one here. So you'll have to decide this on your own, obviously, but let's say that I will say I'm going to take 3 months to pay this off. And I'll calculate it. And you can see that my credit card bill for just this one item then would be $64.38. Okay, so I entered the number of what I'm going to pay every month for my credit card bill based on this one item I bought, which was $64.38. And then to see how much I'm actually paying in interest, what I then do is I follow these steps. So 64.38 is my monthly payment. I'm going to take that times 3 because that's how many months I entered as in terms of how long I wanted to pay it off. That equaled 193.14. And so then that's my number. That's the total amount I paid. So I minus then what the cost of the laptop was, and I see that I actually owed, or I actually paid $5.64 in interest. This doesn't seem like a lot, but the more time you take to pay off your credit card and the more items you buy on a credit card, the more you pay in interest. All right, that will do it for lifestyle decisions. Make sure to watch my next tutorial so that you can figure out the last part of this game of life, which is what I like to call the harsh things you have to pay for in life that aren't fun.